Here's Stafford now on second down. Over the middle here to Wilson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there. Yeah,
I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
School coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Allen. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Underneath to Ivory. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff.
Allen hit. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. To the air, Allen. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They start on the ground with Ivory. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, Ivory. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's Sylvester Williams there to bring him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. It's caught. Jones. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
That was a nice trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
On first down, this is Ivory. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. And Jones has it over the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and this score will stay right where it is. Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. They start the drive with Abdullah. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the...
Changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, So does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And his throw here's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll give it up to Ivory. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Bills on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Allen, operating from the gun. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now, Barney! Gun!
First down, and they're going to throw without it. And this is caught at the 8th. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Charles Clay, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. Hauschka adds the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Lion ready to take over. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A second down run for Abdullah. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Third and 2, Stafford. They're able to locate Wilson. Stafford to the former Seahawk Wilson for Lions first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Set, lady!
On 1st and 10, Stafford. He's going to launch this thing, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Vontae Davis. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
On first down, Allen completes it to Benjamin. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. First and 10. Now Allen. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? They'll try to run with Ivory. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Flushed out right. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Josh Allen with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills are in for 6. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. It's complete to Golden Tate. It's a big play. Stafford to Tate, 42 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Big 20.
Stafford on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They come up first and 10 at the 16. Now Stafford hands to Abdullah. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll check on his stat. Orchard Park. On second down, here's Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Luke Wilson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point good by Prater. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now Jones. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 40. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back, so that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Benjamin with it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Allen now on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. Left side here. Caught by Clay. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
All right, now, look at 56.
From midfield, here's Allen. Shedding the tackle. Open man is Holmes. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st and 10, Allen hit. He lost the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the gun, Stafford. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturer.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. $15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Stafford. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Now, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Riddick with a carry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. To throw on 2nd down to Stafford. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. Stafford. It's brought in left side by Tate. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
First down at Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. first possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll try to get the running game going here with Ivory. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. They stay on the ground. Ivory again. And some room to roam now. 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. So close. Couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down to the 1. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement, go back to the bench. No way. I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1-yard line. I want to carry it in.
We'll see if they reward him on this next play. On the ground, Ivory. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Chris Ivory, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills turn that interception into a touchdown. Hauschka now for the extra point. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. To return, here's Agnew. Spins by. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. He hits Riddick underneath. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This will be fielded at the 17. Powers through. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Ivory. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Going deep for Benjamin. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Holmes. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's going to be a 19-yard loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and about a mile here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Allen. And Jones has it over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They give it to Ivory. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, here's Allen. And that is incomplete. Charles Clay is tight end, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
They set up the screen to Ivory. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if some...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Glover Quinn. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Clay, the intended receiver. He has been interception-prone here in his rookie season. How patient can they be with him?
That is the key question, isn't it? A lot of it depends on the head coach, what type of defense you have, and just a general understanding of the makeup of him. But the bottom line is you posed a great question. Are they at the stage where they've run out of patience and now they get to demand production? Or do you continue to stay with him this way?
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. As he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And he'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Lions on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. The Lions on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. From the gun, here's Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
Here's the battering ram Blunt, and I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. LeGarrette Blount unable to use that big frame to his advantage. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10. First carry here for Tywan Jones. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Glover Quinn there on the stop. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves them in pretty good shape. Allen going to throw. Over the middle, it's Holmes. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, He can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Again, it's Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ezekiel Ansah. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now, because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 2nd and 10, Stafford again. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the 1st. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Stafford here. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Stafford. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He sets to fight. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Stafford on 1st down. That's complete right around the 8. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Phillip Gaines there defensively.
The out route's such a timing route that sometimes the guy throwing the ball just throws it almost blindly, just kind of counts on that timing winning. And in this case, the ball was batted away.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal.
21.
Throwing again is Stafford. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
So after the INT, it's Allen. This complete to the tight end, Clay. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Time for a break. This one up after this. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And some room to work. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. The give is to Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. from the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Bills, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the rough season continues as they plunge to 1-13. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. And for Charles.